Yeah, it was cool.
I feel like I should have used a minor 4 or a 2-5-1 as a transition.
Obviously that would have been a lot cooler.
Yeah.
How many times has this happened to us when we're in the middle of a jam session and someone casually calls out chords by numbers and we have no idea what they're talking about? Well, I put my song formula hat on, did a deep dive into music theory, and I found the secret formula to chord progressions. Stay tuned. To understand chord progressions, you have to first learn the diatonic scale. In music theory, a diatonic scale is a 7-note scale that includes 5 whole steps and 2 half steps, or semitones, in a specific pattern. If you do not know what whole step and half steps are, they refer to the distance between 2 notes of a scale. For example, a half step from C is C sharp, while a whole step from C is D. A half step from E is F, while a whole step from E is F sharp. The most common diatonic scale is the major scale, which follows the pattern whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Here's the major diatonic scale in the key of C. First you start with your tonic or root note, which is C. Then you go up a whole step to D, which is your major second. Then you go up a whole step to E, which is your major third. Then you go up a half step to your perfect fourth, which is F. Then a whole step to your perfect fifth, which is G. Then a whole step to your major sixth, which is A. A whole step to your major seventh, which is B, and finally a half step back to your tonic of C. Now let's say you wanted to find the major diatonic scale of G. You just have to start this whole step, half step pattern at G. G becomes your tonic root note, and you'll have your major diatonic scale. Now here's where the magic happens. Each of these 7 notes corresponds to a chord. We label them with Roman numerals, so you'll often see 1, 2, 3, and so on. These are the diatonic chords. For example, the 1 chord is built on the first note, or root note of the scale, G, hence it is a G chord. The 2 chord is on the second note of the scale, which is A, and so the 2 chord is the A chord, and so on. But now how do we know which chords are major or minor? Well, major chords are the capital Roman numerals, and the minor chords are the lowercase Roman numerals. So G would be a major chord, and A would be a minor chord, as denoted by its lowercase Roman numeral, and so forth. So when someone talks about a chord progression like 1-4-5, for example, they're referring to the chords built on the 1st, 4th, and 5th notes of the scale. It's like a musical recipe for creating harmonies that work beautifully together. And when someone mentions a minor 4, they're referring to the 4th chord, traditionally played as a major chord, but now they want to play it as a minor chord. This is one of Paul McCartney's favorite chords from the Beatles. As you can see, it's not that hard. Once you memorize the whole step, half step pattern of the diatonic major scale, the number system for calling chords by numbers is pretty easy to figure out. But just to make sure you understand the concept, we're going to switch gears to the minor scale. And it's the same concept, just a different whole step, half step pattern, as you'll see. Here's the G minor diatonic scale. It starts at G, your root, goes up a whole step to A, the major second, goes a half step to the minor third, which is B flat, then a whole step to the perfect fourth, which is C, a whole step to the perfect fifth, which is D, a half step to E flat, which is the minor sixth, a whole step to the minor seventh, which is F, and a whole step back to your tonic, which is G. And here are the associated G minor scale chords. You start with your tonic, which is G minor, then it goes to A diminished, and that's what that little O stands for, and then it goes to B flat major, and then C minor, D minor, E flat major, F major, and finally G minor. Hey Lauren, remember how yesterday you were playing at the 1-4-5, but you suggested that we transition with the minor 4?
Yeah.
Maybe if you just stay at the 5, it'll sound good too.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's do it.